on the left side. All right, everybody. What's up? Welcome back. How is everybody? The new season is finally here. What time does it start? It's like 4 o'clock. Oh, 7 o'clock. 4 o'clock for my side. Welcome in, everybody. I don't know if any of this is still actually works. I assume most of it does. We got the mic says that it works, and I gotta turn down the actual Okay, all right. The actual Seth Davis was actually distracting me at the moment. What up, everybody? Who else is super excited for the Cooper Flag Show to get underway in Durham here? Kind of ironic, I guess, that the first game of the season is literally against Maine, which is where Cooper Flag is from, which is the funny part. But starters for tonight, most likely, actually no, not most likely, most definitely, this was confirmed on the X for the Duke basketball team. It's going to be Caleb Foster, oh my god, brain freeze, Cooper Flag, Tyrese Proctor, Con Knipple, and Kaman Malawach. So there you go. There's your starting five. As expected, I think, you're going to have an extremely deep bench with Sion James, Mason Gillis, Malik Brown probably coming off the bench too. I mean, you could platoon this team this year. It's going to be crazy. I was watching some of the exhibitions earlier. Pretty much as expected, I think. I expect this game to be a complete blowout tonight. Nick, welcome back. Archangel Music, welcome in. Excited last year and this. I mean, we get the energy back going. And Chris Hand, welcome back. It has been forever, but it is whenever Duke is playing, we're here. So we'll see you here tonight, and we'll see you on Friday as well. We have the game against Army coming up. So, all right, this should be fun. What's everybody been up to? Hopefully the last, 6 months, I guess, have treated you well. What has it been since more? It's been like 7 months, I guess, since late March, early April, right? Duke women's soccer beat UNC twice. Very nice. Unfortunately, our Duke football did not beat Miami this weekend. I watched the second half of that game. I woke up and we were up big, and then we were not up big once I started watching. So the moral of that story is that I should have stayed sleeping and not ever actually turned the game on, and then they probably would have done better. Which, by the way, actually works the same as your fantasy team. If you're ever playing somebody when their teams are playing in the UK or in Germany, they tend to do better for whatever, they perform when they're not being watched, is how I like to say it. So, we did beat UNC in football. That's right. That's after they had 70 points hung on them by James Madison or something like that. It was pretty crazy. The pup is over there in the background too. He has not been feeling well today. Maybe you can tell I have not been feeling well either. I'm also sick. Now the pup is sick. And so everybody in this household is sick. And it's been a bit of a mess. But it is what it is. Duke basketball does not stop, and it does not wait. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I got my notes prepped somewhere, everywhere. We'll get into some of the stats and some of the little anecdotes as we get to sort of meet the freshmen for the first time. 6 freshmen coming in this season. The main ones really being Knipple, Flag, Isaiah Evans as well. We'll probably see him coming off the bench. And then, Malawach, and then Gongba is actually still injured. So we won't see number 21, Patrick Gongba. That will be another 7-foot center, not in the game at the moment, but Malawach tries to go up for it, and he will be fouled. That is going to be the first foul committed by Maine, and of course, it's by a player that I did not actually put on my roster, which is number 25. So maybe a pup cup later. Yeah, I don't know. He's we tried out some slightly new food for him, and I definitely did not sit well. So yeah, we're gonna not do that anymore. Knipple driving into the lane is gonna finish with the right hand. Nicely done by Khan, which you would expect him to be more of the 3-point sniper, but his game finishes everywhere. So Keelan Steele, okay. The difficulty with making rosters this early in the season, especially for teams that don't like really like, you know, the lesser teams, let's say, is you don't really know who plays that much because there's no like, you don't know the team and there's no stats from like last. Well, you can use stats from last year, but like half of Maine's team left, so like I don't know what their deal. Like, I looked through their roster and there was like half of them were like gone. And I was like, okay, well, so I don't know who's playing. Like, it is what it is. Oh, this is a terrible three-point shot, but it was at the end of the shot clock. Fabulous defense by Tyrese Proctor, who's coming back for his junior season here. And junior Tyrese is going to be a force to be reckoned with, I have a feeling. As is probably sophomore Caleb Foster. So, how come I didn't put Hubbard? Because he doesn't fit. Well, I mean, there is we can put Spencer Hubbard in there. 55, Spencer Hubbard. See, I even knew the number off the top of my head. Yeah, so like you could also put in Begovic and oh god, Borden. There you go. All three of them will probably make it in by the end here as Foster inbounds to Khan. The Knipple one is such a funny name to pronounce. It's definitely not how you would expect to spell it. Malowich with the turnaround hook shot. 2 is good. I have to say, I am very encouraged by the fact that we have 2 massive centers this year in Malowich and Gongba when he returns. In contrast to, yes, Spencer Hubbard, who's like, I don't know, like barely 5 feet. You got 2 7-footers here. Malowich there with the rebound. Top rebounder, by the way, in the exhibition games, in 20 minutes of play, Malowich, that's a terrible turnover by Proctor there on the baseline, trying to get it down to one of the shooters there. I think that was Foster. Proctor, though, one of the best assist-to-turnover ratios in the NCAA last season. You'd expect that to get better in this season. As I was going back to Malowich here for a second, in 20 minutes of gameplay, actually, in both exhibitions, in the first exhibition, he had 11 rebounds, 6 of which were offensive boards. In the second exhibition, he had 12. So the vacuum cleaner at the rim definitely seems to be in play. And I don't know why the ESPN isn't updating, but there's the refresh. Nope, it's still not doing it. Okay, that's weird. It refreshed for a second and then stopped and then, all right. All right, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why it's muted. It'll fix itself here in a second, I guess. That's just weird. But looks closer to 5. Well, I mean, yeah, if you put him next to Malowich, he's got like 7'6" wingspan. I'm like, he's like the size of a door. Good rebound there down low by Keelan Steele, and that'll be the first points there for Maine, the Black Bears, which is an appropriate mascot. Although, to be fair, I never actually saw a black bear. I grew up in Connecticut. I did not see a black bear. Nice assist by Cooper Flagg to Malowich there, 4 for him. I did not see a black bear in Maine. I did see moose, which I believe is the proper plural of that one. And then the only time I actually saw a black bear was in Rainier National Park here in Washington State. It was eating berries, actually. Very tame. Yeah, not very like aggressive or anything. We saw it off the side of the trail. But apparently black bears are the ones that you're supposed to like stand tall and you're supposed to like stand tall and actively like appear imposing. And then they'll just like leave you alone. It's the grizzlies that you need to watch out for. Those are the ones that'll eat you. Yeah. 4th year going, Shane. I'd love to have you back. Thanks everybody for tuning in and coming back for the 2024-2025 season. The 3-pointer no good there for Maine as we resume the action here, and Cooper Flagg trying to go for the block. And that was Keon Burns. There we go. That's 2. Flagg no good. At least no one has lost a shoe. No one has lost a shoe yet. Yes, no one has lost a shoe yet. Although I think, doesn't Flagg have his own... Flag has his own deal with New Balance, I want to say, is the one, right? Nice move by Foster. That's an and one. Speaking of animals, I went for the first time to a zoo in Asheboro. Oh, very nice. I hope that was before the hurricane there, Chris. It's a nice move there. Number 10, Keelan Gribben getting the foul called, I believe. It's either 10 or 3. Might be 3. Might be Jaden Clayton. Either way. As Foster goes for the and one, and that shot is no good. So the free throw shooting is off to a hot start here as we go 0 for 1. My top bar is too large. There we go. There we go. Oh. There we go. There we go. All right, there we go. Much better. As Gillis gets 2. It is interesting, this team, well, I think more so than last year's team, the combination of the freshmen with the graduate, not just the graduate transfers. Let's just call them the transfers, because you have James, who's a graduate student. You have Mason Gillis, who's also a graduate student. But then you have you have Malik Brown, who's a junior. Which is, interestingly enough, Malik Brown, I went back and looked at the game that we played against Syracuse. That's a foul on number 22, Keon Burns. As we're going to get continuation on that? No, we're not, because Cooper Flag isn't in the NBA yet. As we've hit the first TV timeout 10-6, and ESPN's live tracking is way behind, but not much I can do about that. It is, in fact, I don't know why this thing is so freaking behind. Anyway. As we hit the first TV timeout, it is 10-6, Duke. I guess we could. You can just do the math. There we go. But I didn't give Maine points. What have I done? This one. You know what? We can probably swap this over. Here, let's do it this way. I click somewhere I should not click. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. This one. Okay, that's not what I wanted. That is what I wanted. That is better. This is actually going to work. Yes. 10. Oh. 6. There we go. Maine. Okay, there we go. We're good. We did it. Maine. Duke. We did it. Now we actually have the score that fits. Skylark, welcome in. Welcome in. How are you? What's new, man? Are you in your final year of high school? Is that where we're at now? Is that where we're at? Individual stats. 2, 4 for Burns. Okay. There we go. Wait, who did you graduated last summer and you're in college? That is awesome. Where are you in school now? And are you walking on to a basketball team? Are you like doing being a grad assist not grad assistant like a student manager? Are you as Knipple drives in, he's gonna take 3 bears with him. Gets mauled by one of such bears, and that'll be a foul on Maine as Knipple will take the shooting foul to the line. Actually, one of the better free throw shooters, I'm pretty sure he's the one that was shooting 80 something. No, somebody was shooting 80 something percent. As he hits the first though. Con, the top player out of Wisconsin, actually, in this, I was about to say draft class, but recruiting class. That is a lane violation on 2 players from Maine on the left-hand side of the painted area. And so Knipple will shoot again. So yeah, he's gonna get a mulligan on that one, and he'll hit that. So that's gonna be 2 for 2 at the line. You're at Lynchburg, and I tried out for the team as a walk-on, but you got cut. Aw, too bad, man. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Lynchburg would be Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like I know that for some reason. Maybe because I've driven by there. Woo, that's a turnaround jump shot for Christopher Mantis. It's a funny name. Flag gonna try to answer. That's no good there. Rebound to Maine. Oh, what a theft by Knipple. And he's gonna take it himself for the finish. Up and in! Yes, he is. Nicely done by number 7, Con. I have to say, so there's a... Oh, it's a private university in Virginia. Okay, that was gonna be my second guess. Virginia was gonna be my second guess. It was either Lynchburg, Tennessee, or... I feel like Lynchburg, Tennessee is where they make Jack Daniels. That's probably why I thought, right? It's like Tennessee whiskey or like a distillery or something. Anyway, that's a long 3-pointer here, in and out actually. Malik Brown with the rebound. So yeah, so the funny story about Malik Brown, as I kind of lost my train of thought as Knipple's about to hit a 3. Yes, there's the assist from Flag. Knipple's got 9, and we've played 6 minutes? 6 minutes here. So, if we want to start taking projections, so like, okay, Cooper Flag is the number 1 player, right? I wonder if it was like, oh, there's the theft by Flag, he's going to get fouled by 31. Of course, I don't even have 31. I don't even know who's 31. Now we gotta like, Perovich. There we go. All right, 1 foul. What was it? It was last year that I do kind of wonder, is Flag gonna be the guy, or is Knipple gonna be like the stealthy number 2 that actually ends up having as good or a slightly better season? That should be continuation, by the way, for Flag, as that's another foul on 31. Are you excited? Like, I am knowing tall guys on the team. Yeah, I mean, my only reservation about the tall guys, Chris, we need to see the footwork. Remember why we all loved Okafor, other than like he was like really, really tall? It's because he had exceptional footwork for a freshman. Like a freshman center, actually, right? His footwork was one of the best ones that we had seen in a long time, compared to like the Plumlee brothers. It was just awful. It was like, they were like, dancing on hot coals or something, and they just couldn't get their feet square, and which was just terrible. Cooper Flag with his first points in a Duke uniform come from the free throw line. So let's reserve judgment a little bit until we see the footwork from these guys, and that's Malik Brown with another steal, and that's going to be dropped off right to Knipple. Oh, he's got the 3-pointer and the foul! Incredible! This kid is fearless. I love it. It's like the Jared McCain the dude comes in and he's just like, he puts the Duke uniform on and he's like, I got this. I know what I'm doing. No, just everybody get out of here. Just step aside. Boom. Drill it. He's got 12 points already, about to make 13. And he's got 13. And the kid seems to be able to hit free throws, except for the one he missed, but he got it back. So he's 3 for 3 from the free throw line. 23-9 as the landslide blowout is in full swing, 7 minutes in. Here. I'm going to call it. I'm calling it early. That's a travel. That was a travel. Okay, not called, but there we go. We got Kellen Tynes trying to get around Proctor, the lockdown defense, one of the best defensive players against our guy Proctor there. And now he's playing post defense. That's a 30-second shot clock violation. That is 2 30 seconds caused by Proctor. Unofficially, I guess, because they didn't actually call the blow the whistle, but it went off. Knippel's going to take 2 of them. Nice pass to Gillis in the corner, and Gillis is going to drill it. That's it. Timeout. Everything is hitting for Duke at the moment. Inside, outside. What a... Wow, and it's only game 1. This guy will be a nightmare if he stays healthy, says Skylark. Whew, that is beautiful. This might actually be a Duke team that can shoot the 3. What a novelty. What a novelty. I mean, how long has it been since we had an actually really good 3-point shooting team? There were times last year when we were like, this team might actually be able to shoot the 3. And then the NC State game happened and we couldn't hit a bucket from like the ocean. Like it just, nothing. And we were like, okay, well, that was, I guess that's that. But damn. If you're this pumped, which is, I can only imagine on Christmas morning. The problem, Chris, is that most of my presents don't come on Christmas anymore. We do them Christmas Eve. Yeah. A little caveat there. As we're down a timeout here for Maine, as the Duke run is, where is the Duke run at the moment? Let's just go with a lot. Let's see. Game details? Usually it tells me. Play team runs. Click on 2. No, it's not a 4-0 Duke run. You got to give me more than that. All play types, all results, good. I don't know, the stats thing is like being really not working. Let's see. Well, we've missed 2 shots, so and Maine has only hit 2 shots, so the there's, oh no, they've hit 4. Wait, the shot chart lied to me. They hit them 2 from the same spot. Keon Burns. That was I was gonna say nice things about Maine, but like we just kind of ran them out of the gym too quickly. We can say some more nice things about Maine though. Such as, hold on. We had previously met once before. It was a 94-55 affair in 2016, which is when I was in school, and I was like, this was December 3rd, and I like, honestly, I can't even remember the game. And maybe Eric or Justin will jump into chat at some point and be like, we'll have to ask them if they can remember that game from back when we were in grad school. I honestly, I do not remember it. But because 2016, well, we would have been managing the whole operation, so I don't know. It was like while we were in charge too. If it was December 3rd, oh well, hold on. No, we had already broken. We might have had already broken for Thanksgiving, for holidays. Yeah, Jason, welcome in, and welcome back. All right, so the 26-9, Duke on the extended run here, having made 9 of 11 field goals. We've got the 3-point shot. No, Cooper's missed a three-pointer. I was going to say, I don't think we've missed, but between Knipple and Gillis, they have not missed. And here, dancing around the perimeter, here's Mantis again, rising. There's definitely a praying Mantis joke somewhere in there that I'm not creative enough to figure out. As Gillis thought about the three and gives it to Proctor. And here's Malawach on the screen going to trade the pick and roll on the left-hand side with Proctor. No, Proctor's just going to settle for the turnaround J. And the rebound's going to go to Malawach. And James is now going to go for three. That's a little too strong off the backboard as Malawach tries to deflect it, but goes right into the hands of Maine. And they got the run out here in transition. And Malawach blocks it from behind. It lands right into the lap of Jaden Clayton, who scores it for two. An easy two-pointer. Prediction, Sniper Joe Duke by 60. Well, I mean, if history is any indication, right? 94-55 was a 45. Let's go 50. Let's go 50. Let's go like 100 to 45? 100 or something to 40. Let's go with 100 to 45. Something of the sort, all right? The line was like 32, 31, 32, I think. As Clayton gets another one, that's 4 for him. Now they're up to 16. So yeah, I think we're gonna cover. Duke slowing down, the game slowing down slightly here as Malawach turns it over, and Clayton gonna go to cross court to Mantis, who thought about the three. Nice recovery by Gillis here. As Knipple now playing defense on Carey, and actually Flag is on the bench at the moment. The floater there by Perovic, as he gets two. All right, so Maine has doubled its point total here after the timeout. Good on them to kind of steady the ship here. They do have 8 fouls. I'll fix the foul total here in a second. Duke's foul total is 2, but as the three-point shooting, Malawach collects another rebound. Proctor for 3, and Proctor has got his first points of the junior campaign. 29-18. One of the things that we've seen for players that choose to come back, especially the guards that choose to come back, think about like, not Tyus, Trey Jones, right? Incredibly improved shooter, freshman to sophomore season. That was one of the biggest improvements that he had. I think similar, oh my God, Malawach with the rejection. I mean, the dude didn't even get it halfway up, and Malawach should put his arm into that one. Knipple thought about three. He's going to take his man off the dribble, going to finish. That should be, oh no, that's a carry. Turnover. We'll have to see if the shooting improvement carries over for Tyrese as well, especially in the three-point shot. It was very hit or miss last season. When he was on, he was on. And when he was off, boy, it was bad. That NC State game at the end of the season, 0 for 9 from the floor in that game. And, I mean, it wasn't, making any one of those buckets would have probably resulted in a different outcome because it was a close game, sort of, ultimately. I mean, the score was slightly skewed, but, like, if you watch the game, it was close there until the end. So, anyway, 5 seconds on the shot clock, and the shot forced there as Isaiah Evans picks it up. Isaiah Evans, one of the top players out of the state of North Carolina here in this recruiting class, which is fantastic to see that we beat UNC for such a prospect here, as Caleb Foster with the turnaround shot. He's got 4 and 31-18. Usually all those, he was the best player in North Carolina, end up, at the school 9 miles down the road wearing the wrong shade of blue. And in this case, John Shire won the recruiting battle, which is very nice to see. So that shot no good there for Maine, as that scoring is slowed down, and the recovery there by Flag up ahead to Foster, in and out on the three-pointer. Same thing goes for Caleb Foster. It's kind of the sort of up and down. We're looking for more consistency, especially in that long-range shot, or even the mid-range shot. But I felt like at times Foster was doing very well last season, hampered with the foot. No, it was a foot fracture there towards the end of the season, caused him to miss a lot of time. Really unfortunate. And I actually think some of those woes in the NCAA tournament came because we didn't have our Caleb Foster 6-man. He was kind of really figuring it out it felt like he had figured it out there towards the end of the season, and then he goes down with the ankle fracture, misses the last 9 games of the season, which includes everything in the ACC tournament and everything in the NCAA tournament, and that's just like not where you want to be. So, yeah. I'm looking for a breakout season for Foster as well. I mean, the pieces are there to have a really, really strong Duke team, especially if we can hold it down defensively. I mean, the offense is definitely there. I think last year's team was a much better defensive team than an offensive team. This year's team seems to start out as being a very high-powered offensive team. We'll have to see if they can, learn something or two from Tyrese Proctor to become one of the top defensive teams. What was it last year that we had like the consistent stat that we were holding teams, like every team well below its season average in points, right? Or like, and it was like they were averaging like 55 points or something like that. It was kind of crazy. Like at times our defense was really locked in until I guess the game, like the end, there was the bizarre aberration against North Carolina, but otherwise, yeah, defensively Duke was really, really good. That was like one of the highlights of the team last year. All right, let me just double check here. Get the free throws. So that's get the free throws. Get the foul situation. Lopez. Okay, let's go a Lopez. That's 2. Team foul, steal, 1, 2. Okay, so I have that correct, actually. That's not right. 10. Who's fouled for Duke? Not that we have actually any foul trouble, but 1 for Foster, 1 for Caleb Foster, 1 for Isaiah Evans, 1 for Malik Brown. Okay. All right, very good. Do we play UNC first at home? We'll take a look at the schedule at halftime. That's one of the things I wanted to do at halftime. I'm still upset about that Duke SMU game. Duke should have won that. Duke SMU. Duke SMU. You're talking football. I was like, oh my God, hold on a second. Okay, that game was crazy. Okay, where was I? I was driving down to Portland, okay, and I had that game, I had the audio of that game on my phone. It's as if like it's like playing on the radio, right? And I literally couldn't, like, I was just like sort of like driving there, and I was like, what did they say? Like, like, oh, SMU turn it over again, and then like Duke didn't do anything. I'm like, what is happening in this game? It was the most bizarre. Like, they turned it over 6 times, and then we just do nothing. Like, and then you lose in overtime, and like, the kicker gets it blocked like twice. Like, talk about brutal, man. I agree. That's a very upsetting. That's like a bit of a backbreaker, honestly, because like we're like, what now? You're like 6-3, right? Because at that point in this like Miami, in the loss to Miami, but at that point you're 6-1, and with a chance to go up 7-1 if you beat this game. SMU was a ranked team. I think they were 22nd, if I recall that correctly. We have some fantastic Duke defense here on this possession, and nicely done by Malik Brown, disrupting the shot, but falls to Isaiah Evans and then to Proctor as Evans gives it to Foster, and Foster's going to hoist for 3. That's way short, actually. As we're going to Maine drive quickly here, the turnaround jump shot, kind of an awkward push shot. There's nice rebound, nice tip by Malik Brown to give it to Proctor, and Foster's going to put it on the deck. Foster going to go in. Now he's going to kick it out to Evans. Evans from the corner, in and out. Flag there for the rebound. Flag easy. Lay-in for Cooper Flagg in the right spot at the right time. Strong side rebound, actually, for Cooper Flagg. Nicely done. For the freshman out of Maine. But yeah, I agree with Sniper Joe. Like that, that was so bad, man. I can't even. That is just crazy. And then like the Miami game went off the rails so quickly too. You're just like, it's one of those train wrecks that you just kind of see happening. You're like, okay, this other team has like captured the momentum and is like about to just rail it, like just ram it down. Although, to be fair, there was hope there because we went in, we scored that touchdown and brought it within one, and then it just like completely went nuts. The turnovers too, like yeah, we turned over like twice in a row. It's just like not even. As Keon Burns has 6 there to tie Christopher Mantis for the Maine Black Bears. 22 for the Black Bears, 33 for the Blue Devils. The cross-court pass to Flag. Flag's 3 is no good. As we attempt the rebound but cannot come down with it. Both Gillis and Knipple tried for it. You're 5 on the floor. Duke playing relative small ball between with Brown, Knipple, Gillis, Flag, and Foster. So no real center in the game, I guess, although Mason Gillis gets backed down by Keelan Steele, and that's 4 points for him. And so Foster can't get it to go with the right hand. The layup is missed. Interesting lineup, actually. I kind of like the speed here as Gillis picks off the pass and just gives it right back. That I have no idea what he was that pass. Okay, that pass for those that were watching looked like the was it the Jameis Winston pass yesterday where he throws it to the guy like literally in the end zone? Wasn't it that one, or was it the which was the pass where he like, yeah, I think so. Oh no, it wasn't Winston. It was Geno Smith. It was the Seattle game. It was yeah, it was the local game here that I was watching. Like Geno just chucks it at the guy who returns it for 103 yards, and you're like, wait a second. It's like literally, you literally threw it to him. That was a really bad turnover. So tell me, folks, what's new with you? How are y'all's fantasy teams going? I'm about to pick up a win this week. Actually, I've already clinched it, as that I think was Kellentine's, which will bring me to, I believe, 6-3. So I'm in the playoff hunt in my fantasy league this season. As Flag out for Knipple, and Knipple's going to drive in, and he's going to finish with the left. Nicely done for Con. He's got 15 at the moment. And oh god, yep. Okay. Salute from the reigning ACC champions, Riley Starheel. I believe NC State won the tournament. Actually. Mm-hmm. You might want to check the history books. The official history books would say that NC State, oh, that's a turnover. Gillis on the floor, gives it up ahead to James. James for Flag in the alley-oop. Oh, he can't bring it down, and he ends up in the front row. Oh, my goodness. I don't know why we're stopping play. That was almost spectacular. The I suppose regular season you can say accurately. There we go. There we go. Is this gonna let's see, is this gonna work? The solo cast court. Where's my screen capture? There we go. It is going to work. I love this attempt here. Not this one. This one right here. I mean, this is a great effort, okay? Gillis down to the floor, up ahead to Sion. Sion sees the play, but it's behind. The pass isn't quite there. And Cooper goes into the front row. We'll get there. Chat, we'll get there, okay? We'll get there. We'll get there where that is actually a dunk. All right. The Duke crowd was quiet, and as Cooper Flagg was about to give them something to cheer for, but they didn't actually, he didn't actually convert it. Which is the unfortunate part. Duke shooting too many threes, needs to go. I mean, we had plenty of, let's take a look at the stats. Because there was, look, the game started hot, all right? To be fair, we started hot. And we've cooled off a little bit here. We've cooled off a little bit here. Now, we were at 9 of 11, all right? We started the game 9 of 11, which is a calculator. 9 of 11, 82%, okay? And now we're at a 13 out of 25, which is only 52. Which means we've gone effectively 4 of 15 down the stretch here, so not great. Yeah, 4 of 13 from three-point land, and it felt like we were probably 3 of like 5 or something like that. Yeah. The one that matters is the ACC regular season. Well, the problem with the ACC regular season is that it doesn't guarantee you a bye into the NCAA tournament. And only the ACC tournament does that. Because, you know, had the ACC tournament not guaranteed NC State a bye, or no, not a bye, but an automatic bid into the NCAA, we probably would have been in the Final Four. But having to play NC State for a third time is too much. It's too much. It was one of those Cinderella situations for them. All right, restarting here. Maybe we're not going to get to the 100 points here. We got 4:10 to go in the first half. We have slowed down considerably. Let's see if we maybe if we get another 10 points here in the next 4 minutes. I'm going to stick with my 100 to 50. Or 45 or something like that. What is that? 100 to 45, I think it was. Anyway. Turnaround jump shot there. Woo, that one goes for Kellen Tynes, and he's got 5. So actually, it's only an 8-point game here. Not that I'm actually getting nervous about this or anything, but, you know, things. As we've got a cutting Zion James here. Actually, Flagg gonna go one-on-one with 8 seconds! Okay! So, we didn't get the dunk on the last one, but that was emphatic. We'll look at that when we get a whistle. Cooper Flagg really wanted his dunk, and he got it. In and out there for Maine, as the crowd is now energized, so whoever was calling for some energy in the crowd, you got it. As Flagg is going to try to keep it again. No, Zion James on the outside. The three-pointer, swish it. Nice assist from Cooper Flagg to Zion James. He's got 3. The graduate student transfer from Tulane. And yeah, Cooper Flagg is accumulating quite a stat line here. 6, 3, and 4. 4 in the assist column at the moment. Unknippled, good defense there. Maine tries to save it underneath their own basket, but can't. Mason Gillis to Flagg. Flagg going to recover, and now Flagg's going to drive. Surrounded by 2 Bears. I thought he got hit on the arm, honestly. No foul there, and we resume. Keon Burns here from Maine. Good defense by Gillis. Taking it strong to the basket. Yeah, man. Maluach, and we get the up and under by Steele, and that's 6 points for him. Mason Gillis, sixth man of the year for Purdue. Actually, I think in the Big Ten. And probably going to fill a similar role for us here as well. Cooper Flagg, nicely done. Up and under the bucket. Too easy to finish for Mr. Flagg. And he's got 8. Actually, so Cooper Flagg is still only 17 years old. He reclassified to come into this class. The only collegiate athlete to be part of the USA basketball men's select team. Shane is about to eat a working man's meal of hamburger helper and watch the second half. There you go. Nice done. Nicely done. Shane, we will see you on the other side, my man. All right, where is the... where is it? There it is. Okay, so, I mean, this play is just pretty exceptional here from a freshman. It's coming, I promise you, it's coming. So this one... All right, so he gets that, blah, 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 blah. Flagg is going to take this. ISO. He's going to reject the... Oh, wait, no. That was the play afterwards? Where is the Flagg one? No, it is this one. He's just going to reject the screen. He's going to take it himself and up the flagpole. From a freshman, not bad. Not a bad move from a freshman. I'll take it. I'll take it. So he's got 8 points. Cat Fan, welcome in. Flagg's going to try it again. Oh, he puts it up nicely, and then Malik Brown is going to get the rebound and the finish. Malik stole the points as Flagg's little roller didn't quite go in. I thought he was going for another one. I thought he was going for another poster. Keon Burns for 3. That hits the side of the backboard, and he recovers his own miss. And that's going to be another miss and another putback there. That's Gribben. Okay, that's number 10. Duke is back just like me. Nicely. Yeah, just like all of us, actually. Welcome back, everybody, here for this 2024-2025 season as Sion gives it the flag. Flag is in and out on that one. So I said if we needed to get to 45 for me to feel good about my 100 prediction. We're at 44 with 33 seconds left. No real chance to go for a 2-for-1 here as he only got a 3-second game clock, shot clock differential. So Duke will probably just hold it for the final shot. John Shire really not happy about giving up that putback there. You can see why. It's a much better test than Arizona State. Yes, it is. All right, so Duke will hold it here for the final shot of the half. No, next week is not Army. Friday is Army. This week, Friday the 9th. And that's a very early game here. It's at 3 o'clock on the West Coast. I'm actually taking the day off on Friday. I got a couple errands to run. 7 seconds here for Flagg as he's going in 5. Flagg's going to take it himself. What? Oh, it was late. Oh, he shot clock violationed. Oh my goodness. He was taking off as the buzzer went off. Oh, goodness. Too good to be true. Okay. Then he had to have 2 such dunks there. All right, so we will not get to 45. It'll be 44. Yes, then Kentucky. We will wipe the floor with Kentucky. Kind of like we did that time when we had, Zion Williamson, right? That was the... All right, 44-33. Pretty good start here for the Blue Devils to get things going. pretty good start here for our Blue Devils to get things going. Let's take a quick look at the stats, and then we'll look at the schedule coming up here. Zoom it in. Duke 44, a Black Bears 33. All right, 17 of 32. Duke started off really hot from the field and then cooled off considerably. Still shooting about 53% from the field. I also agree, Sniper, whether or not he actually got the shot clock violation, it doesn't really matter. You have a freshman who just has absolutely no fear, takes it to the rack, throws it down, and just make it happen, man. Because it's going to go, there's going to be cases in the future where that one will count. So, like, I have no issues with it. It's good that aggressiveness is definitely a positive development. So 18 rebounds for Maine. That's kind of the odd one. We seem to be getting out rebounded here, especially Maine with the 6 offensive boards, even on the defensive boards. So they're +2 there in the rebounding margin. You'd think with our height, we'd be able to do a little bit better against Maine rebounding. But alas, that is not quite worked out in our favor. Duke with 7 turnovers, Maine with 8. So that turnover battle, I mean, it's early in the season. You don't expect these guys to play perfect. I'm not really too concerned looking at this particular stat tonight. We'll save the turnover for the Kentucky game. In the Kentucky game, turnovers will mean a lot. In this game, probably not. All right, so 9 assists though is nice to see on the 17 made buckets. Points in the paint, even. And let's just make sure we get the foul situation correct. So 2 for Clayton, 1 for Lopez, 2 for Burns. Okay, one for Steele. Okay, so that's 9. This is that E. Okay. There we go. And there should have been 6 fouls for Duke. I kind of lost track of who had fouled on Duke. And what do we got? Foster, Evans. Oh, Isaiah Evans had 2. So 2 quick ones for Isaiah Evans. Brown. Zion. And there's the 6. All right, we got the 6 right. All right, very good. So there you go. Duke needs to play. Yeah, well, I think they're just playing a little loose. Like, it's really not like the defense, and I think I mentioned this at the top of the show, like, the defense is kind of is going to be the biggest question mark for this team because there's no shortage of offensive weapons. The question is really going to be, can this team play defense? Like, are we just going to try to put up 90 a game, and are the really good teams going to put up 80 against us, and we have to somehow win games in the 80s? Or is it going to be like last year's where you're going to have to play games that are, you don't give up 50 points to the other team, and then you end up scoring 60 or 70, and you can end up winning that way. I don't know. That remains to be seen. Some of the shooting has definitely cooled off, though, although Knipple got off to a torrid start. 5 of 8. The kid had 12 points within what felt like the first 6 minutes of the game. It was insane. This kid could not miss. That's slowed down a little bit. He is perfect from the free throw line. He's now 2 of 5 from 3, but 5 of 8 from the field. Cooper Flagg slightly inefficient here at 3 of 9. So he's getting up a high volume of shots, but his threes haven't gone down yet. So yeah, it is pretty scrappy so far, and he's got 4 assists. Like this first game and the Army game are like as these like sort of tune-up games. I'm not sure how much we're going to be able to glean from it on like stats wise, Rhett. Like, because you'd think, oh well, Proctor's your starting point guard, like he should be putting up like 4 assists, but in this game, like Cooper Flagg has 4, and nobody else has more than 1. So, I mean, it's gonna be a bit of a mess, I think, until we kind of like really get into that groove. And I don't even think it's gonna happen. Like, sure, the Kentucky game will be telling, but like, it's gonna take at least a month or two. until you get into the conference schedule till like we've really sort of figured something out. I mean, to be fair, Cooper Flag was averaging 4 assists a game in high school anyway, so like the kid could do everything. Like I don't think there's anything this kid can't do. Like obviously we've seen him dunk, we've seen him finish in the paint, we've seen him rebound. He runs the floor. The only thing we've been missing right now is the 3-point shot. We'll get it. It'll get there. Let's take a look at the sort of the Duke schedule as we. I think I have it bookmarked somewhere. Where is it? There it is. Here we go. We can all see that, right? There we go. That's what makes Flex so great. He is the complete player. Yeah, I mean, and he's it's going to be a lot of fun to watch this kid. So here we go. Going down the left, then down the right. We got Maine. That's today. Army on the on the 8th. For some reason, I thought the 9th was Friday. That's not true. The 9th is Saturday. 8th is Friday. That game is at 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific. So we'll be back here for that game. Then we get the Kentucky in the Champions Classic. So we rolled them this year. Then we get Wofford at home. It'll be an interesting game. So that's the 12th is next Tuesday. So we go Monday, Friday this week. Then we go Tuesday, Saturday the week after. Then we have to fly out to Arizona. We kind of get a week off, basically. It goes 16th is Saturday. Arizona is Friday the 22nd. My guess is that that's because there's exams. This is the week before Thanksgiving, so there's reading period and then exams once that Wofford game happens. So the kids will finish up the team will finish up their exams, then they'll fly out to Arizona. The 26th is the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and that'll be against Kansas. So ranked Arizona, ranked Kansas. SC Upstate is playing NC State. That's SCNC. And then they play Seattle on the 29th. That game is not here. That game not in Seattle. That game is in Durham. And then Auburn on the 4th. And then we actually have an early ACC game, which is the Cardinals. This is Louisville, which is actually kind of nice, I guess, to start as the ACC slate. We got an easy one to ease our way into it. These next 2 games are gimmies. And then we get the Georgia Tech. And then we're actually right in ACC play. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got 10. Yeah, 10. So that's right. Okay. Oddly enough, I saw this SMU game and I was like, what is this doing here? What is this out of conference game in the middle of January doing? It's not out of conference. That is ACC. And then that is Miami, Boston College. So we play home and away against Miami. Okay. We are home and away against Carolina. Who else do we have? Jeez. You go from playing Clemson to Cal. At least you get to stay on the West Coast. What crazy scheduling, folks, that like this Atlantic Coast Conference somehow includes California. At this point, they should just give up and name it something else. Like, because you got to stop pretending. It's just like the bunch of teams conference. I don't know. Come up with another name for it. I love the meme where they're like, oh, and the ACC will have teams from the Atlantic Coast, right? If only it was that easy. This Illinois game is a neutral site game. That is not an ACC game. What are these? I don't know what. I've got Zen commercials right now, which are very nice. It's this. I've just got this football field with nice music. It's beautiful. Okay, we get Florida State at home, which is nice. We get Wake Forest at home. Oh, we have the home and away against Wake Forest. Okay, so those are the three: Miami, Wake, Carolina. ACC tournament selection Sunday. So on and so once against Pittsburgh. Who do we have to play away? Florida State is always a fun Duke game. Okay, we have to play Boston College away at Virginia. Well, at Virginia, having just lost Tony Bennett, very interesting. I guess it'll be very interesting to see what happens with Virginia. The Tony Bennett retirement is not surprising to me. Okay, the timing of the retirement is certainly surprising. The substance of the retirement is not. I think what we've seen over the last several years, and we've discussed this at length at sort of times on the channel, is the changing landscape of college basketball and really just sort of the collegiate sports. With the introduction of the NIL, I think a lot of these older, like Tony Bennett was saying, some of the old guard coaches just decided to basically hang it up. And Boeheim, Krzyzewski, Roy Williams were sort of the first wave of this, where between COVID and then the introduction of the NIL, they were just basically were like, you know what? I've had such like a really like long productive career. I'm done, right? You can sort of see where these college sports things are going. I mean, just look at the schedule that we have here. We have Cal and Stanford in the ACC, all in attempts to conference realign, to just build the biggest possible conference with the most possible teams to secure the biggest possible TV contracts, which means that you can then give the schools then get bigger portions, like proportionally bigger, like bigger revenues coming in from those contracts. Now, obviously, if you add a school like Cal and Stanford, those schools have to sort of pull their own weight, right? You can't just like add a school and then like add a net loss, because that's silly. You kind of wouldn't do that. But this has sort of been between conferences between the Big Ten, which is now no longer 10 teams and is like 15. And like, I feel like the SEC is the only one like got all its stuff down early and like hasn't been making as many moves. But like the Big East is basically dead. The Pac-12 is basically dead. The Big Ten is hilarious as far as like who's actually in the Big Ten, and you like watch the football games on the on Saturdays, and you've got like Oregon playing Ohio State or like Oregon playing Michigan, and it's like it's great TV, but it's just like feels really weird. The Big 12 one is kind of still there. I feel like they had some realignment with the SEC, and they got that done early on. But yeah, so this is all in an attempt to get bigger contracts, which then means you can pay bigger NIL, which means you can essentially buy your players if you have the money to do so. And the big schools obviously do have the money to do so. I think there was a stat when I was watching the, what was I? I was watching the, one of the Ohio State games. The Ohio State. Anyway, it was one of the ones they lost. And it was like, yeah, the Ohio State roster is $20 million of NIL. So you basically have, and I guarantee you, this is not like evenly spread out across the 72 or however many scholarships there are on a college football team. Okay, this is like really top heavy with probably the quarterback, the wide receivers, some of the like star defensive players, probably, you know, the usual suspects, like who you would expect to pay on an NFL team. Who gets paid? Your quarterback obviously gets paid. Your wide receivers get paid. Your running backs sometimes get paid. Or if you're the Dallas Cowboys, you decide not to pay for running back, and then you see what happens. But if you're Baltimore, you do, and you get that on the other side. So, and then your linebackers and such. But like, yeah, this I'm not going to say that this basketball team is $20 million, but it's definitely, I would be shocked if it wasn't like 5 to 8, maybe. I think it's more than you would think. So anyway, what are the before we switch back real quick, the what are the rankings? Well, I want to see what the rankings are. Wait, why do I? Why is the... All right, anybody got bets on this Buccaneers Chiefs game? Do Chiefs go 8-0? Anybody? My guess is probably yes. As we're gonna resume, yeah, we're 7th. What? Oh, rankings. Oh, Kansas. Oh, Kansas, Alabama. Okay. So that's okay. This is like holdover from. This is holdover from last season, effectively, right? Like the end of like how it ended last season, where you get like this Alabama, UConn, Houston. Okay, Iowa State, Gonzaga, Duke, Baylor. All right, so our non-conference schedule here that we were talking about earlier is Arizona at number 10. It's a road game against the top 10 team. As Proctor gets 3. We'll get back to the game in a second. Auburn, Tennessee, Creighton, Arkansas. Oh, that's it. Oh, the other ones aren't ranked. Wait, where's Kentucky? Oh, they're at 20. Okay, they're down here at 23. Illinois is at 24. Well, that's later. We'll have to see where they end up later in the season. Okay, Carolina at 9. So that's that. Oh, it's not as bad as I thought. Well, I mean, we do end up playing Kansas. All right, so it's 10, 1, 23. It's a lot. It is a lot. They're all ranked. All those like non-conference ones, it's all ranked. It's a good test, honestly. Especially this early in the season. It's a good test. Let it happen. Let's see what we get. Okay, that didn't work. Whoops. There we go. 49-36. All right, now we're back to it. As Cooper Flagg gets 2 at the free throw line, that puts him at 10. So we get 49-36. Duke by 13 here to open the second. Welcome back in, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy opening day. Oh my goodness. Flagg gets knocked to the floor, but it's actually an offensive foul. As that'll be Jaden Clayton. That'll be his 3rd. Really? Thought it was kind of a weak foul, but okay, we'll take it. Duke with an opportunity to kind of break the game open here early in the second. The lead is currently 13, and Foster now driving into the paint. Foster gets outside of Proctor, out to Knipple, and that's to Flagg. And Flagg is going to spot up from 3. He can't hit. And he's kind of been cold from the outside tonight. Knipple's been doing most of the scoring from beyond the arc. It's a steal on Malawach. Nice block there. And he's going to try to reset. And Malawach gets called for the foul, and Steele gets the finish. So that'll be an attempt for a three-point play as Malawach looked vertical there for a second, but I don't know. I thought it was pretty good defense. It's pretty good offense, too. I mean, this Keelan Steele is pretty jacked, actually. Got 11, actually, to lead all Maine scorers. He's got 11. Burns has 9. It's Foster now playing point for the Blue Devils. There's the screen by Malawach, and Knipple gets it to him, and Malawach has to gather again, and that'll be an and one going the other way. So second foul on Steele, and Malawach returns the favor there on the offensive side of the floor. Oh, that is 4? All right. Oh, God. So we go from boots on... We go from Duke players breaking toes and ankles and feet to wearing boots, and now Malawach is wearing a glove. It used to be the dreaded Duke boot. And now it is going to become the dreaded Duke glove. And that shot is nowhere close there by Gribben, as Flag is going to try to run this one down the floor. But stiff defense here from Tynes. Oh, my goodness. Flag just hung him in the air. And he gets the finish. 53-39 here. Duke trying to open a lead. $14 points at the moment. As we're at 16:51. In and out. Nice rebound there by Foster. He's going to try to pull this thing up the field. Over back to Flag. Is he going to take it himself? He thought about 3. Little jab step there. Now going to try to run some offense here. What do we get? We get a screen? No. We're going to get Foster on his own. Foster going to take it. Try to go off the backboard. No good. Loose ball everywhere. And ends up for Maine. What a fake there by Flag. Great patience, actually, for a freshman to not rush his shot, except get his guy, pump fake, get his guy in the air, get to the spot he wanted, and finish. Great patience by the freshman. Oh, nice hands by Flag. He's got eyes in the back of his head. I don't know how he saw that coming. Duke here with the switch defensively. Four seconds on the shot clock. I don't know if Maine knows it. They just hoist a shot and Flag comes down with the rebound. It went high off the backboard. It didn't have really a chance. Knipple the Flag over to Foster. Back to Flag. Now Malik Brown. Flag driving baseline, gets it to Knipple. Here's the assist from Flag. Yes. Knipple for 3. Nicely done. 18 points for Con. That looked really good. That looked too good. And now we've opened up the 17-point lead. Nicely done here. That'll be the first TV timeout. It's going to be really funny when we face Syracuse and Malik Brown puts up 20 on them. I'm calling it right now. Game 1 of the season, I am calling it. Malik Brown is going to put up 20 against Syracuse. He put up 26 against us. I think it was 20-something. What is it? I had it written down somewhere. It was 26. I was right. He went for 33 minutes, 11 of 16 from the floor, 26 points and 7 rebounds. The highest scorer on Syracuse. It was almost half their points. It was 86-66 that game. But yeah, Malik Brown going to put up 20 plus against Syracuse this season. Book it in, and it's going to happen. Also, for those asking for the pup, oh, there he is. Oh, he is fast asleep. Keep sleeping, bud. He hasn't been feeling too well, so he's just chilling right now. He's chilling right now. After the game, I gotta go buy him. I gotta go buy some rice and some sweet potatoes after the game to be able to feed him properly. The officials are getting steps in. It's very much up and down. I mean, Duke likes to just run it, which is great. We like to see the transition ball. I'm playing fast. Not fast and loose. Fast is good. Fast and loose is not good. Got a nice sea turtle ad. Jellyfish. Anybody else out there getting that change of the season sniffles? It's been brutal, man. I wake up this morning, it's 45 degrees and pouring rain. I'm like, oh, and like the dog's got to go out. It isn't gonna walk itself. It's just like one of those things you like can't avoid it. You got another Duke basketball cup. Like, well, like cup is in like one of these? Nice. All right, 56-39 coming out of the under 16 TV timeout. Sorry, this is the second. There we go. This is Mantis over to Keon Burns. Burns had a pretty decent first half. You also got another pair of Duke basketball socks. I have to say, the problem with socks and me is that they always rip. I literally go through pairs and pairs of socks because they always break at the heel. Within 6 months, they're like, not even 6. Within like 4 months, they're like breaking on me. I don't get it. So I feel like if I got Duke ones, they'd just break on me. They'd like rip. This is Clayton gonna pull up for 2. Same team there between Flagg and James, and Flagg comes down with the rebound. We gotta be watching a double-double here for Cooper Flagg, as James is gonna drive in. He's gonna assert himself, and he's gonna finish. He's got the last 4 points for Duke, and Duke has now opened up a 21-point lead here, as we only have 40 points to go to hit the century mark. It's an 11-0 run in the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds to open up the second half. Oh, they're thick socks. Okay, so they're like, yeah. My thick socks for like hiking, like the wool ones, okay, yeah, those won't break. But like the everyday ones, yeah. Tynes there, he's got 7 as they pull this thing to within 19. All right. All right, so my prediction of 45 is a little too much. It's a little too low. Maybe we'll give Maine 60. Oh my goodness, I thought, Tyrese, you had the 2-pointer there. That was an easy shot. He gives it out to Malik Brown, who misses the 3 from beyond the arc. Reese, it was very easy for him. He should have just gone up with it. Maybe he didn't think it was going to be that wide open. Nice little punch out there by Brown to Flagg, and that's going to be a foul from behind. Maine thought they got the turnover. And at 13:29, we have another timeout. Really? I feel like we shouldn't because nobody actually took a timeout of the under 16. So it's not like it was a team timeout that was extended to everybody's at 3. Okay, I don't get it. I don't get it. Goodness gracious. All right. So what are folks thinking? So this season, okay. What do we think as far as the ACC goes? Right? We expect Carolina to be strong, obviously. I'd still love to see us sweep them because they deserve it. They deserve to be swept every season, honestly. And then, yeah, Virginia, a bit of a wild card. It'd be really interesting to see some of these new teams. SMU not as much, but like I don't know. Maybe Stanford isn't any good. It would be interesting to see what Cal and Stanford and SMU managed to pull off. I don't as like first their first year in the ACC. My expectation is probably not much, but. I don't think any of those 3 schools are going to come in and win the league in their first year. I still think it's still going to be the blue bloods of the ACC are going to are definitely going to be at the top when it's all said and done. So, did anybody have a Duke themed Halloween costume, or did anybody just have a really good Halloween costume? Because that like wasn't that far ago, that long ago. Duke theme Halloween costumes. I didn't see any online, but I'm sure there were. Some folks walking around, like folks either walking around. You could be dressed up as a Cameron Crazy, obviously. Not a very difficult costume, but I'm sure something that you could just kind of pull out of the closet and be kind of ready to go at a moment's notice. You know, if you were in a pinch or something. Blue Devil might take a little bit more work. I'm trying to think. There's always the just kind of wear the jersey, like be in Duke uniform kind of thing. I was a creepy clown with a voice changer. That is very scary. I don't have any fear of clowns or anything, but that does sound like it would be very scary. And I just killed a mosquito. Down with that. Thought I could get away. All right, resuming here. Oh, Maine took a timeout. Okay. Because I was like, we should not be having another stoppage of play unless a team actually takes a timeout. Maine took a timeout. And you're 5 on the floor. Brown, Gillis, James, Proctor, and Flagg. Oh, that pass from James to Flagg almost made it through, but it was a little too much to handle. Or it actually got slightly deflected. And the 9th turnover for Duke. Actually, the turnover is probably the story as to why this game isn't, like, more of a blowout, I would think. Like, you know, we're turning it over 9 times. If you had only turned it over 5, we probably, like, can get another 10 or so points. Some of those points for Maine don't really exist, and you're down to like 35-70 or something, and you're like doubling them up. Good pass there from Flagg. Flagg there with the spin. Oh, he threw the chicken wing. It's an offensive foul for Cooper Flagg. Welcome to college basketball, sir. He is, yeah, he doesn't look very happy about that. Yeah, that's, yeah. He gave him the good old chicken wing. He kind of played the main guy pretty good, but what are you gonna do? And Clayton is 2 more, so he's got 60 to 43. All right, we might not make it to 100, Chad. Not that I'm panicking or anything, but we might not make it to 100. We might make it to 90. Another 30 points. Actually, no. That'd be 50% more from here. That might be a little too much. Okay, maybe 80. Maybe 80, 85. Oh, Maine is in the same conference as Vermont. Okay, that makes sense. The Catamounts, which we know pretty well from NCAA tournaments, as having just beaten them. And that's Gillis there. He's got 7. The Catamounts of Virginia. Remember when everybody thought, and then everybody thought that, oh yeah, Catamounts were going to beat us from 3, and then JMU was a trap game, and then there was no chance we could beat number 1 seed Houston, and in the end, it was just NC State that beat us. It was good old NC State. As Caleb Foster gets the and 1. Good aggressive play from Caleb Foster. He's got 6, and we've hit the under 12 timeout. And that's Jaden Clayton's 3rd. I think I have all that right. 64-43 with Caleb Foster going to the line for 1 more here. And that's a 3-1-3-4-2. Okay. So Knippel's still with the team high 18. I do wonder if we're supposed to put anybody on double watch. Actually, I would put Cooper Flagg on double watch here. He's got, what is he at? 12, yeah. 12 and 7 and 5 assists. Probably be hard to find another 5 assists. I mean, he had 4 assists in the first half. He's got 1 since halftime. Probably hard to find another 5 assists. Not very difficult to find another 3 rebounds. That would be a double-double in his first game in a Duke uniform, which would be pretty cool. Nobody else is really that close, actually. I mean, Malwatch has 5 rebounds and 6 points. I suppose he could do it if he scored quickly. If this game really kind of got out of hand, we just kind of feed him down low and get an extra 4 points there. Oh, this split box is very useful, actually. Oh my goodness, it has a dark mode. Wow. My stats page has a dark mode and my night has been made. So, Nick, did you like scare a bunch of people with your creepy clown and voice changer? Or did you actually just go out and trick or treat? Or did you use it as like welcoming trick-or-treaters, I guess? Which one actually was it? Or did you just like go to a party with it? I guess I'm sort of curious here. It's kind of funny that the Halloween-themed commercials are still around here for YouTube TV. Okay, so you used it at like an adult Halloween party. Got it. That makes sense. Duke at NC State, Saturday at 3:30. Boy, let me tell you, we could really use a win. We could really use that W against NC State. Got to go to Raleigh to get it. Yeah, I feel like it's like such a toss-up. It's hard to tell if our team is actually really good, like actually good this season, or just kind of like fake good. Knippel for 3, not quite. Foster with the rebound. And that's 2 offensive rebounds in the same possession, as Foster had previously missed the extra point, or the 1-and-1 there. Too much to handle there. the past Brown to Proctor. You still have the voice changer in the costume, so you weren't one of those people that returned the costume the day after Halloween. I feel like that's like like an e-commerce nightmare. I bet most stores would say all returns final kind of thing, but yeah. All right, 64-43. Duke by 21 with 11 minutes to go. Let's see how the boys close out the game. And we got a foul. We got an and one, actually. Logan Carey and one as Foster picks up his second. Either that or... yeah, okay. The fourth. Logan Carey finishes the 1-1 as Maine has 46-64, so we're a perfect mirror image in the scores. Foster driving, gives it to James, out to Knipple. It's interesting lineup here. It's the three transfers, Foster and Knipple. There's an extra offensive board as Gillis can't hit the three again. And he's missed twice in a row from that corner. Great effort, though, to get the offensive board. What? The coach has a board? What does it say? Oh, man, I wanted to see what it said. I thought it said owl. I don't actually think it says owl, though. It's like the coach has like the sets that he writes up on his whiteboard. I feel like it's such a bizarre way to do it because like if the other team knew what it was, they would essentially know your sets perfectly. It's a great drive to the basket there by Caleb Foster. And the putback, no, Knipple is actually going to fight for the rebound. Ooh, nice theft there. Strong rebound by Knipple, who had to really fight for it. He's going to take it all the way to the other side and lay it in. With a little kiss off the glass, he's got 20. I have to say, Con Knipple could be the offensive, like Flag is going to do his thing, but Knipple, yeah. At the end of the season, we might say it might be close between the two of them. The effort here by Knipple, though, is just fantastic. Does not give up on trying to get the rebound. And then little fake, up, kiss off the glass, down with it. 7 of 11 with 20 points in his Duke debut. I mean, you gotta hand it to the kid. It's legit. Christopher Mantis kind of has this like Mantis pose when he shoots free throws. It actually is uncanny. No double-double for Knipple, though. He's only got 3 rebounds here. Still 7 of 11, 64% from the floor as Flag checks back in. And that's another one for Mantis. That's 2 for him. So 68-48. Maine trying to keep it within 20. Only 20. At least it won't be that much of a rout for now. Knipple, however, has different thoughts. That's 22 for him as he finishes with the right hand. He can just finish anywhere. I mean, the kid is lethal. He can finish from the outside. He can dunk it. He can finish at the rim. The mid-range shot. We have yet to see somebody with a good mid-range shot. I'm not sure who that's going to be this season. We'll have to see. That's going to be Sion James, rather, with the pickup and the turnover, and he'll be fouled. Yes, he'll go to the free throw line as Logan Carey picks up his first foul. Also, the return of Christian McCaffrey for the 49ers is actually kind of hilarious because I had just dropped what's his face? Mason after an abysmal stretch in the last couple games. I just couldn't take it anymore and said, Mason, you're fired. And now I don't even have to worry about it. As James gets both at the free throw line, and that's 9 for him. Although I really could use a backup running back, which just doesn't exist. So David Montgomery and Jonathan Taylor, you cannot get injured at all. We have some foul. If that's steal, that's his 5th. For what? I didn't even see. What? Wait a second. What? Oh, it blacked it out. God damn it. I mean, I kind of feel bad for the kid, to be honest. It's a pretty bad. It's a bit of a weak. It's a weak call. To be fair, it's a weak call. Like these guys are trying to position in the paint. Like let them play. It's the first game of the season. Like come on. But I guess he's out. I mean that would be 5. Although we didn't really take like a timeout to like replace him, which is weird. Oh, and now they give a foul to Knipple? What? This isn't an out of bounds? Or a travel? Oh boy. I mean, okay. The refs decided, I guess, they weren't doing enough and decided to want to get themselves involved in the game, so they started blowing the whistle. I don't know. It's like, I guess it's a little cynical. I think that's how the British would refer to it. If anything, Keon Burns traveled or was out of bounds. You could have called either of those two before you would have called a foul on Knipple. Malwatch can't bring down the rebound, and Maine will recover it. Wasn't great that Khan had his hand on him. It looks... I mean, well, okay. So, we go back to... Is this going to work? Hold on. I tried to be really sneaky and like picture it, and it just didn't. It did not do it. Okay, I was gonna go to the replay. Basically, my point is like, okay, so 2 hands is the automatic sort of like hand check. I'm not sure that hand is really pushing him anywhere. I feel like the hand is up there to like kind of like this is the area, but like it's just such a weak call. I just can't even like. I guess that's one of the like maybe I could see it on okay, I can see it. Honestly, it just feels like a bit of a bailout. Let's be real. It feels a bit of a bailout. It feels especially right after the steal, the one on what's his name? Steele, right? Yeah, Keelan Steele. It's like this like sort of like makeup. It feels like this sort of makeup call where it's like the refs might not have like realized that they just like fouled out the leading scorer on Maine. and you're just like, should you really, like, do you really need to do that? Like, and they're like, okay, we'll give you one back, and like, I don't know. I don't know. It was like, was it? I think it was last night's Sunday Night Football game had a call like that where it was like they got like a roughing the passer. Yeah, it was like somebody roughed the passer, but like, or I think it was in this. What was it? It was in the Seattle game. They called somebody hit Matthew Stafford or something, but it wasn't. It was a terrible sort of like. It was a really weak hit. Like really was not anything. And then in the ensuing play, they give like a call back to Seattle or something. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Just get the call right the first time. This is like this, like, okay, we screwed one up here, so we got to give it to you on this side. It just feels, especially because the game has kind of been pretty open. Let them do their thing. All right, back at it here. We've got what? 8 to go. 8 to go. 8 to go. 7:47. Duke by 22. We've kind of settled into the whole. We've settled into the whole thing. We've got Maine at the free throw line after this particularly bad call. We've got Lopez here. Front end of the 1-and-1. He makes the first. We're just going to get the second. Yeah, all right. He makes the second. So, game back to 20. I would really like to see us push this thing out to 30 here. Maine kind of bringing like a half-court pressure. Thought about double teaming the ball. Now they triple team Flag, but Flag gets it out to Knipple. Knipple the three, not quite there. Off the backboard and the rebound out of Maine. And now Maine playing a little faster here as this is Clayton. Going to play one-on-one against Kahn. And that's another steal by Flag, who manages to keep it in bounds. Yes, no, yes, he does. Walking the tightrope on the sideline, and Cooper Flag has 14 after the theft. That's the second steal like that where it's like he either comes out of nowhere or it looks like he's got eyes in the back of his head. I don't know how he's finding these, like, I don't know how he's finding these passes, because it's like literally he's just playing help defense like off the ball, and he just comes up and it's like, oh, Cooper Flag stole it. Like, okay. And he's like halfway down the floor. Maine threatening the double team on Flag. Now they're just going to back out of it. He's going to go one-on-one. And he's going to go in, and that's going to be with the left hand for Cooper Flag. He's got 16. A rebound to Proctor. Flags barely made it down to the offensive side of the floor before the shot was hoisted by Maine, and he had to go back the other way. Proctor. Flag tells Knipple to clear out the side. That's a foul on one. That's a foul on Kellen Tynes. That's his first. And Cooper Flag will go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Yeah, great anticipation is real. And he makes the front end of the 1-and-1, so that puts it up to 17. He still trails Knipple by 5 points here. It's not a coincidence that this game was scheduled, but like, what? To rub it in the face of the University of Maine that we stole the #1 recruit from under them? I mean, sure, but like, if anything, you should have played the game in Maine so that you could have, like, had the guy's family there. Which, by the way, they usually used to do for seniors, where they would play a game in their hometown kind of thing in like their senior season. But like, of course, you don't really have senior seasons anymore, so you gotta have to speed up the whole process. But like, oh, that's another theft! Oh no, they're gonna call a foul. Oh, it's not Flag's fault that he has really long arms that just kind of go around the entire body of the defender. Okay? Shire can't believe it either. He goes with a no way. Oh, that is a bailout foul that would have been a steal and a layup on the other end. As Keon Burns has 12 with the free throw. And he gets the second. So now Duke by 24 with 5:40 to go. I do kind of wonder at what point does Shire bring in, go deep into the bench. Although Foster, ooh, I thought he could have had a dunk on that one. You kind of want to give the freshman as much playing time as you can give them, I would think. Like, even though it's out of reach, I would still give the guys minutes just to get them reps, like at game speed against a real team, which you haven't been able to do until now. So maybe with a minute left or 2 minutes left, he swaps them out. Lopez at the free throw line. He's got 3. And he's got 4 after he's made all 4 of his free throws. Flag with 18 points, still stuck at 7 rebounds. So somehow he's probably going to have to feed rebounds to himself because the Duke shots seem to be going down. Although Knipple gets that miss for himself. And Proctor resets the offensive set with 5 minutes to go. Now this is Flag. Oh my goodness, behind the back and the pull-up jump shot. Malik Brown with the rebound and gets it back to Flag, and Flag out to Foster. Foster going one-on-one. No, heads it to Proctor. Proctor for 3. Proctor! From down under. And 1 for the potential 4-point play for the Aussie. Kind of sold it there at the end, but you know what? I'll take it. He's going to complete the 4-point play to get himself into double figures. Yes, he will. That's 10 points for the Reese. 82-56. We're about to get to the 30-point margin there. I think the line was 31 and a half or something. So for the betting types, it's close. Proctor playing decent defense there, and that shot is short there by Gribben, and it just falls into Proctor's lap as Knipple is pushing the pace up ahead to Foster. Foster thought about going one-on-one now. He's going to step back and take the 3. Oh, the bank is open on Monday night. It's after hours, but it doesn't matter. As Duke has hit rather back-to-back 3s, and Flag thought about, almost got the steal there. Although that one I actually would have thought was the foul, because I think he held. He kind of grabbed the Maine player's arm and held him back here, I think. Yeah, he's got a little hook on the number 2's left arm there. That one is more of a foul than the first one. They're going to call it out of bounds, though. I love the effort. We watching. Flag's been watching too much football, man. That is a holding on the defense. It is a classic hold. So 4 minutes to go. Duke by 29. As Gillis re-enters the game, as does James. And that's going to be basically a shot clock violation as Gillis rips the rebound down. The refs allow it to play on with no stoppage as the shot, I guess, was ruled to get off before the buzzer went off. And Flag coming around. Flag trying to go with the one-hander. Oh, he couldn't get it to go, and he ends up in the front row again. And Proctor for 3, and Flag is actually kind of hurt. And that's not great. That is not great. Calf. All right, he's got this is a calf cramp. You can kind of hear him on the, you can hear him through the mic there. Cramp. Yeah, I'm doing some lip reading there. That is Justin! What is it? We need Dr. Justin to give us the diagnosis. For a freshman's first game, I'm going to go with calf cramp. And hope it's nothing more serious. So I have a do you think kind of question. Fire away, Shane. Send it. Rub Gatorade on it. Oh boy. Get those electrolytes. No, you have to get the special spray from soccer, from football. So you gotta spray the magic spray, and then it's like all of a sudden it's better. Magic spray, magic spray, magic spray. Given that Khan is 22 already and can possibly add to it, what do you think his chances are to break the single game freshman record by RJ at some point this year? Oh, wow. What is the record? 32? 31? Oh, 29. Let's see. So he's got 22 points on 8 of 14 shooting. And he's 3 of 8. Oh, Flag got a calf cramp and went down. He went down with a calf cramp. He should be fine. No panic. I mean, yeah, like, look, like, if he went 5 of 8 instead of 3 of 8 from 3, give him +6, he's at 28, right? Like, I would think, yeah, I think it's definitely within reach, yeah. I think Flag is just fine, ladies and gentlemen. No problems, but he will definitely not come back into the game at this point, so he's done. He is done. No double-double for him. And 2 more points for Lopez. All of his points have come at the free throw line. It's 85-58 Duke. And Evans now into the game for Duke as we got 3 minutes and 12 seconds left here to go in the game. Evans to Brown, and this is Gillis for 3. Yes. No, sorry, not. Harris. Sorry, Darren Harris. freshman into the game here. One of the other freshmen, Darren Harris. All right. So he's got his first points in the Duke uniform. Nice to see. Kind of has a similar build to Gillis, but Gillis is also in the game, which is why I got confused. Also, one is 8 and the other is 18. It was hard to see from the angle, okay? Forgive me. As he's gonna try it again, actually. Harris, though, he's gonna get fouled for his troubles. So he'll get 3 freebies at the line as Mantis gets fouled. What the heck? And he misses the first. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Cooper. He'll be just fine. We will see him on Friday, as I hope to see all of you guys on Friday as well. We'll be back here on the channel. It'll be 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern time. By the way, quick poll. Who out there hates the whole, like, move the clocks back an hour? Because I certainly do. It means that it is now dark at 4:30 in the afternoon, which is an absolute travesty. Like, nobody should have to be subjected to that. If you want to be dark at 4:30 in the afternoon, you can go live in Norway, okay? Because that's how it goes. But nothing wrong with Norway. It's very nice. I've been there. It's cold, but it's nice otherwise. But yeah, like, Seattle should not be dark at 4:30. As James, ooh, nice move there with the little Euro step, and he's got 11. Does this score mean Maine is better than ASU? So I honestly thought ASU was going to be like a close exhibition. Maybe from like previous, maybe they're just not good this year. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Gillis for 3 from the left side. Yes! 10 points for Gillis. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Blue Devils that have gone in double figures. That have now gone into double. Yeah. And we're at 94. So I'm not that far off the 100. I'm only 6 points off the 100. I was definitely off on Maine, though. And we're about to be up by 40. And I think we've actually got the spread. We're now at 34, 36. Jaden Clayton at the free throw line for Maine as we've slowed some things down here. And he makes them both. Give credit to Maine. They've hit their free throws. It's not bad, actually. Yeah, well, Lopez is 6 of 6. Burns is 4 of 4. They've done pretty good at the free throw line. Bodes well for them in their conference. Now, Duke by 34 here. Hit the 100! So my prediction can be correct. All right, that turnover is not going to help Malik Brown. 100, so a minute 15, and Maine scores that one. Didn't actually see who scored that one there. Oh, that was Burns. All right. I'm very glad that we got the early game tonight, and North Carolina has to play the later game so that we are out of here. And that's going to be a reach-in foul as Harris will go to the line. All right, folks. So we're going to wrap this up pretty quickly here. Because like I said, I got to go and take care of get some food for the pup to make his bland diet and take care of him. So I'm going to get out of here pretty quick. But thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back on Friday. And if you haven't already voted, go vote tomorrow. Don't forget. Civic duty as an American. To get out there. 6 for Darren Harris. It's a late 6 points, but they count the same nonetheless. $40 ticks to go. Maine looking to salvage just a little bit on the score line. Not quite, in and out as Gillis brings the rebound down. And I think that'll be it. So the final spread is going to be 34 as the shot clock is now off. Yes, the shot clock is off with 20 seconds left, and that is going to be it. Duke is just going to dribble it out. Shire is going to call off the boys, and we're going to be done here. 96-62. Fantastic opening round here by Con Knipple and Cooper Flag as advertised, with Knipple going a quite astounding 8 of 14. Like seeing Sarah have no problem executing off the bench. We definitely have depth. I mean, you got 6 Blue Devils that put up double figures here. Cooper Flag still a little hobbled there from the cramping. But yes, 8 of 14 for Con, 6 of 15 for Flag, but he still put up 18 points. Didn't get a single 3. We'll see if that throughout as we go through the season. As they flip to the UNC game, I can't believe RJ Davis is still playing. That is insane. I guess Baycott is finally gone though, thankfully. Or I don't know, maybe he found a way to get yet another year. Hopefully not. First to 100 wins the ACC championship. And then also you had Proctor with 10. Very nice. Sion James, 11. Mason Gillis with 10. So you got 2 of the transfers, 11 and 10 points, which we expect to see. 7 rebounds for Malik Brown and 7 rebounds for Cooper Flag. Brown transfer also. So the transfers making their presence felt as well, whether that's in the rebounding or the points category. Great to see that off the bench, as well as the Blue Devil was talking about. We got plenty of depth out here on this team this season. And we still don't have Gongba. So there'll be even more depth. I thought Malawach, he only played 18 minutes. I don't know if he's on a minutes restriction or not. I don't know why he doesn't play more. He played 20 minutes in the exhibitions. I mean, he made all his field goals. He got 6 points. He was 3 of 3. He got 6 rebounds. I mean, very efficient 18 minutes. But, maybe when Gongba comes in, you kind of see them going in and out. Or maybe we play them both and we play like super big. Because we do have the ability to play really, really big. If you had Flag, Gongba, Malawach, Knipple in there, and then Proctor, like playing point. It'd be kind of an insanely tall lineup with plenty of trees in there. Anyway, okay, that's going to be it. See you all Friday. Thanks all for checking it out. And we'll see you back here on Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Until then, as always, go Duke. Have a great rest of your week and stay safe, everybody. See ya!